Charles has made a huge announcement about Camilla. The royal couple now faces an even greater storm as this latest revelation sends shockwaves through the monarchy. Insiders close to the palace describe the news as unprecedented. The explosive announcement has everyone asking, what does this mean for the future of their relationship and the monarchy itself? Camilla's role is suddenly in question, and it truly shocks everyone. A relationship under scrutiny. The relationship between King Charles and Camilla has been one of the most controversial love stories in modern royal history. Their connection dates back to the early 1970s, when Charles, then the Prince of Wales, and Camilla first met. From the beginning, their bond was undeniable, but societal expectations, royal duties, and external pressures complicated their relationship at the time. As fate would have it, both went on to marry different people. Charles famously married Lady Diana Spencer in 1981, while Camilla married Army officer Andrew Parker Bowles. However, even as Charles and Camilla went their separate ways, rumors persisted that their bond had never truly been broken. Throughout the 1980s and into the 1990s, the media and the public closely followed the evolving dynamics between Charles, Diana, and Camilla. What began as whispers eventually grew into public accusations, with many speculating that Charles and Camilla had maintained an ongoing affair despite their respective marriages. These speculations would later be confirmed, turning the public's attention to what many saw as a royal scandal. Charles's marriage to Diana was far from smooth. By the early 1990s, their marital troubles became public knowledge. Diana famously referred to Camilla in her 1995 interview, saying, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." This remark solidified Camilla's image in the public eye, and she was often blamed for the unraveling of Charles and Diana's relationship. The media's portrayal of Camilla as the other woman cemented her position as a divisive figure. This, while Diana was seen as the wronged party. The tragic death of Princess Diana in 1997 only further complicated the public's perception of Camilla. In the years that followed, Charles and Camilla continued their relationship quietly, aware of the intense scrutiny they faced from the media and the public. It wasn't until 1999, 2 years after Diana's death, that Charles and Camilla made their first public appearance together as a couple. The road to public acceptance was far from easy, with many questioning whether the royal family and the British public would ever embrace Camilla. By 2005, Charles and Camilla had weathered years of controversial media coverage, and their relationship had reached a turning point. On April 9th of that year, they married in a civil ceremony at Windsor Guildhall, followed by a blessing at St. George's Chapel. While some members of the public had warmed to the idea of their union, others remained critical. However, as time passed, Charles and Camilla began to shift the narrative. Camilla took on more royal duties and appeared by Charles's side at official engagements. She slowly earned respect for her dedication and loyalty to the monarchy. While the shadow of Diana's legacy still loomed large, the media's portrayal of Camilla began to soften, and the public, albeit gradually, became more accepting of her. Still, the couple's relationship would always carry the weight of its controversial beginnings. The question of how the British public would react to Camilla becoming Queen Consort was frequently raised, and the royal family took great care to manage the transition of her public image. When King Charles ascended the throne following the death of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022, Camilla's role became even more prominent. While she had already proven herself as a dutiful partner to Charles and a committed figure within the royal family, her new title of Queen Consort brought with it new challenges. Despite the decades that had passed since their early relationship, the shadow of their past continued to follow them, and many were still divided over Camilla's place in the monarchy. Their relationship, always under the spotlight, continues to draw interest from the world, a fact made all the more evident with the latest huge announcement from King Charles, which has once again cast their bond into the public eye. Behind closed doors, tensions rise in Buckingham Palace. While the public face of King Charles and Camilla often appears united, recent reports suggest that all is not well behind the grand doors of Buckingham Palace. Over the past several months, growing tensions within the royal household have made headlines, with insiders hinting at ongoing disagreements between Charles and Camilla. These internal struggles, once kept under wraps, now seem to have contributed to the latest huge announcement that has shocked both the public and the monarchy alike. The royal couple are no strangers to pressure. However, as Charles took on his role as king, the demands and expectations placed upon them both increased dramatically. Camilla has been thrust into an even more prominent role, facing the daunting task of stepping into the shoes once worn by the beloved Queen Elizabeth II. While she had spent years preparing for this position, the weight of public duty, combined with personal challenges, appears to have put a strain on her relationship with Charles. Sources close to the palace have described mounting disagreements between Charles and Camilla, with the two reportedly clashing over various matters, both personal and professional. One of the primary sources of tension has been their differing views on royal protocol and family dynamics. As king, Charles is tasked with upholding the traditions of the monarchy while modernizing it to meet the expectations of the 21st century. Camilla, meanwhile, has her own views on how she should navigate her role within the family, a role she fought hard to earn after years of being in the public eye as the other woman. One notable point of contention between the couple has reportedly been their approach to dealing with the royal family's internal affairs. Insiders suggest that Camilla, now emboldened by her official status as queen consort, has taken a more assertive stance in palace matters, and this doesn't always sit well with Charles. As the king, Charles faces enormous pressures in maintaining the unity of the royal family. It is believed that some of his decisions have clashed with Camilla's perspectives and led to further friction between the two. The tension was perhaps most evident during the lead-up to Prince Harry's recent birthday celebration. Camilla reportedly felt sidelined by the plans and expressed her displeasure behind closed doors. These feelings, compounded by ongoing differences over how to handle Prince Harry and his relationship with the royal family, created a volatile atmosphere in the palace. Insiders revealed that disagreements over how to address the situation escalated into heated exchanges between Charles and Camilla, further straining their relationship. As these tensions continued to mount, palace insiders noted a growing sense of unease among royal staff. It became increasingly clear that the disagreements between the king and queen consort were not just fleeting arguments, but deeper, unresolved conflicts that were beginning to affect the smooth operation of the royal household. Charles, known for his reserved demeanor, reportedly struggled to balance his public duties with the private pressures building at home, and Camilla, known for her strong-willed nature, pushed for greater involvement in key royal decisions. The strain on their relationship reached its peak just days before King Charles made his huge announcement. Believe it or not, Camilla has reportedly been expelled from Buckingham Palace. The explosive argument. What really happened? The explosive argument that led to Camilla's reported expulsion from Buckingham Palace began with the planning of Prince Harry's birthday, a simple family matter that soon escalated into a much larger confrontation. As Harry's 40th birthday approached, tensions inside Buckingham Palace were already running high. For King Charles, the birthday was more than just a celebration. It was an opportunity to reconnect with his estranged son and start mending their fractured relationship. However, this decision did not sit well with Camilla. Camilla saw the situation through a different lens. With all the public drama surrounding Harry's departure from royal life, she believed that focusing on royal duties should take precedence over any family reconciliation efforts. To her, the monarchy's image came first. Putting time aside for a birthday call with Harry disrupted important engagements. This conflict sparked a heated argument between King Charles and Camilla, and what started as a disagreement over schedules quickly spiraled into a full-blown confrontation over much deeper issues. Charles, feeling the need to prioritize his relationship with his son, refused to back down. For him, the rift between father and son needed urgent attention, and he believed that dedicating time to Harry, even at the expense of other duties, was a necessary step to start rebuilding their bond. But for Camilla, this was unacceptable. Feeling overshadowed by Charles's focus on Harry, her frustration boiled over. As the argument escalated, it became clear that this wasn't just about a birthday. Old wounds, unresolved feelings, and simmering tensions all surfaced, making the conflict far more intense than anyone expected. The atmosphere in Buckingham Palace turned electric, and in a dramatic moment, Camilla reportedly stormed out of the palace, leaving staff and onlookers stunned by the severity of the situation. Her sudden departure created a noticeable gap in the palace dynamics, with many left wondering what the long-term implications would be. King Charles remains resolute in his decision to reach out to Harry. For him, repairing the relationship with his son outweighs any of the objections raised by Camilla. He believes that this moment could be the beginning of healing the deep rift that had divided the family for so long. Even though Camilla's reaction shook Buckingham Palace, Charles is convinced that this is a crucial step forward, even if it upset his wife. Many were left in disbelief over how quickly the situation had escalated. An uncertainty about the future spread across the palace. Would Camilla return? Would her absence from the palace be temporary or long-lasting? The fallout. For those within Buckingham Palace, Camilla's exit was completely unexpected. Staff members, who are used to managing the daily intricacies of royal life, suddenly find themselves in the middle of a full-blown crisis. The Queen Consort, a key figure in the monarchy, is gone, and it has left a significant gap in the royal household's operations. For days, there was an air of uncertainty as palace officials scrambled to understand what had just happened and what it meant for the monarchy's future. For King Charles, the fallout from the argument is deeply personal and public. He has to navigate the delicate balance between his duties as a monarch and his personal relationships. Camilla's departure comes at a time when the monarchy is already under significant public scrutiny. The idea that Camilla has suddenly left Buckingham Palace poses serious questions. Is this the beginning of a rift in their marriage? Will the royal couple reconcile, or is this a sign of deeper issues within the royal family? Public reaction to the news was immediate and varied. Supporters of Camilla were quick to express their concern for the Queen Consort, but others view the incident as evidence of lingering tensions between her and the wider royal family, particularly regarding Prince Harry and his relationship with the monarchy. Social media is a hotbed of speculation, with countless theories circulating about the true nature of the argument and what it meant for the future of the royal couple. Behind closed doors, royal insiders are speculating about the long-term impact of Camilla's departure on the royal family's image. For years, the monarchy has worked to maintain a sense of stability and continuity, especially in the wake of Queen Elizabeth II's passing and Charles's ascension to the throne. Camilla was a key figure in that transition, stepping into her role as Queen Consort with grace and dignity. Now, with her sudden exit, the royal family is facing yet another public relations challenge. But one thing was certain: the ramifications are far from over. Camilla's role in the monarchy, is it in jeopardy? In light of the huge announcement regarding Camilla's reported departure from Buckingham Palace, many are speculating about what this means for her future as Queen Consort. Could her role in the monarchy now be in jeopardy? Camilla's journey to becoming Queen Consort was not an easy one. From the early days of her relationship with King Charles, her position in the public eye has been one of scrutiny and, at times, disdain. Nevertheless, she weathered the storms and stood by Charles through years of speculation, media attention, and public backlash. Her steady presence culminated in her assuming the role of Queen Consort after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. But now, with these recent tensions, some are wondering whether her hard-earned place in the monarchy is at risk. Her role as Queen Consort carries significant responsibilities. While King Charles takes on the duties of head of state, Camilla's position requires her to support her husband in public engagements, represent the monarchy, and participate in numerous charitable activities. However, her recent departure from Buckingham Palace has cast a shadow over her future in these duties. Some insiders suggest that the argument may have exposed deeper fractures in her relationship with Charles, as well as within the monarchy itself. If the rift is as serious as reports indicate, Camilla's continued role as Queen Consort could come under question. Her influence over royal decisions, which has reportedly already been a point of contention, might also be diminishing. Some suggest that her exit from the palace might signal a temporary separation, but others believe it could indicate a more permanent shift in her role within the royal family. If Camilla's influence is indeed waning, it could lead to a re-evaluation of her responsibilities as Queen Consort. Royal watchers have also pointed to the fact that the monarchy is entering a new era under King Charles, one that focuses on modernization and streamlining the royal duties. In this context, some believe that Camilla's role may evolve or even diminish as Charles seeks to reshape the monarchy to meet the expectations of a modern public. Could this be a sign that Camilla's future as Queen Consort is uncertain? Regardless of the current tensions, Camilla has always been resilient. Even amid public criticism and internal royal strife, she has remained steadfast. However, whether her departure from Buckingham Palace is temporary or marks the beginning of a significant shift remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: Camilla's role as Queen Consort is now under question, and only time will tell what her future holds. The royal family's response, Prince Harry and William's involvement. As the world tries to piece together the reasons behind the sudden fallout, many are wondering about the roles Prince Harry and Prince William played in the situation. The brothers, whose relationship with Camilla has always been a topic of speculation, now find themselves at the center of the palace drama. When William and Harry were children, Camilla was not a prominent figure in their lives, even though her connection to their father was widely known. During Princess Diana's marriage to King Charles, Camilla had remained in the background. After Diana's tragic death in 1997, the young princes dealt not only with their immense grief, but also with the media's portrayal of their mother as a victim of Charles and Camilla's affair. This undoubtedly affected their early perceptions of her. In the years immediately following Diana's death, Charles began slowly introducing Camilla into the lives of his sons. Initially, both were reported to be reserved around her. The weight of the past lingered. Harry, in particular, has been open about his struggles coping with the loss of his mother. This made the introduction of Camilla even more delicate. Yet, as time passed, William and Harry began to accept Camilla's role in their father's life. By the time Charles and Camilla married in 2005, William and Harry were more mature and had come to terms with the reality of their father's relationship. Both princes attended the wedding and, publicly at least, seemed to accept Camilla into the family. Behind the scenes, however, reports suggest that while the relationship had improved, it remained complicated. William, known for his duty-bound nature, was said to have accepted the situation more readily. He instinctively understood the importance of keeping peace within the royal family. Harry, on the other hand, had a more difficult time adjusting to Camilla's growing role. In the years that followed, the princess's relationship with Camilla became more nuanced. As the family worked to rebuild its image, they began to see Camilla less as an intruder and more as someone who made their father happy. She took on a supportive role, not attempting to replace Diana, but rather carving out her own place within the royal family. Publicly, William and Harry maintained a cordial relationship with her, attending family events and royal functions where she was present. However, as Harry's relationship with the royal family grew strained, particularly following his marriage to Meghan Markle and their subsequent departure from royal duties, the distance between him and Camilla reportedly widened. Tensions between Harry and his father, along with old wounds tied to the past, complicated his relationship with Camilla further. For William has remained closely involved in royal duties, and his bond with Camilla has seemingly settled into a more amicable state. He understands her role within the monarchy and the importance of a united front for the royal family's future. Yet, even now, the shadow of Diana's memory lingers, making the relationship between William, Harry, and Camilla one that is forever shaped by the past. It is also worth noting that the royal family's public silence on the matter has only fueled rumors. Thus far, no official statements have been released, leaving room for the media and public to speculate about what role Harry and William may have played in Camilla's departure. Some suggest that this could be part of a broader effort by the royal family to handle the crisis internally, away from the prying eyes of the public. In the days following Camilla's exit, both Prince Harry and Prince William have remained relatively low-key, avoiding any direct comment on the matter. Harry, who has frequently been outspoken about his grievances with the royal family, has not addressed the issue publicly. Similarly, William, who has often been regarded as the more private of the two, has chosen to keep a low profile. Troubled royal marriages, a history of strain and scandal. Royal marriages often appear glamorous on the surface, but conceal deep struggles behind palace doors. While the union of King Charles and Princess Diana is one of the most famously troubled royal marriages, it is far from the only one. Other royal couples have faced serious challenges in their relationships, often under the intense scrutiny of both the media and their respective nations. So this is not the first time. But ironically, it is the second time for King Charles. The marriage of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson was a whirlwind romance that quickly unraveled. The couple married in 1986 in what appeared to be a fairy tale royal wedding. However, the pressures of royal life, combined with Andrew's demanding military career, took a toll on their relationship. Andrew was often away on naval duty, leaving Fergie to navigate royal life on her own. This led to feelings of isolation and frustration. By 1992, their marriage had begun to fall apart. The couple officially separated that year, and in 1996, they divorced. Fergie's publicized relationships and photos with other men during their separation further strained their relationship and tarnished her reputation. Despite the end of their marriage, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson have remained remarkably close. They even continued to live together in the same residence long after their divorce. The marriage of Princess Margaret to Lord Snowdon was another royal union that faced serious turmoil. The couple married in 1960, following Princess Margaret's highly publicized heartbreak over her failed relationship with Group Captain Peter Townsend, a divorced man whom she was not permitted to marry due to the royal family's expectations. Initially, Margaret and Armstrong Jones's marriage was seen as a breath of fresh air for the royal family. Snowdon was a fashionable, talented photographer who brought a modern sensibility to Margaret's royal life. However, beneath the glamorous surface, their relationship was deeply troubled. Snowdon's work as a photographer kept him away from home frequently, and their personalities often clashed. Margaret's need for attention and Snowdon's growing disinterest in royal life drove a wedge between them. Both engaged in extramarital affairs, and the couple's marriage slowly deteriorated. In 1976, their separation was announced, and they divorced in 1978. So there are precedents, but none for a king and a queen consort. What's next for the monarchy? As tensions mount within the royal family and public interest intensifies, the monarchy faces new challenges that could shape its path forward. While King Charles continues to lead, questions loom about the stability of the royal household. For decades, the British monarchy has been a symbol of continuity, tradition, and stability. Queen Elizabeth II's reign was defined by her ability to maintain the image of a steadfast and unified royal family. However, with her passing and the ascension of King Charles, the monarchy is entering a new era, one that demands modernization and adaptability. Charles has long been seen as a forward-thinking monarch, someone eager to streamline the royal family and bring it in line with the expectations of a more modern world. However, the recent turmoil between Charles and Camilla threatens to undermine those efforts, and it certainly casts a shadow over his early reign. Some believe that this episode will blow over in time and that Camilla will eventually return to the palace to resume her duties alongside Charles. Others, however, see this as a turning point, an opportunity for Charles to reassess the structure of the monarchy and perhaps redefine Camilla's role in it. Could this announcement signal a larger shift in how the monarchy operates? One potential avenue for the monarchy moving forward is a renewed focus on the younger generation of royals. Prince William and his wife, Kate Middleton, have been taking on more public engagements in recent years, and they've positioned themselves as the future of the monarchy. As Charles navigates the current crisis with Camilla, many are looking to William and Kate to help maintain the monarchy's image and ensure its continuity. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are seen as a stable, modern royal couple, one that can connect with younger generations and bridge the gap between tradition and progress. Meanwhile, Prince Harry remains a wild card in the royal family's future. While Harry has distanced himself from the monarchy in recent years, his relationship with Charles and the rest of the family continues to be a point of contention. Should Charles seek reconciliation with Harry, it could open the door for Harry to play a larger role in the royal family's future. However, this possibility remains uncertain, especially given the tensions between Camilla and Harry that contributed to the recent fallout. Public opinion will also play a crucial role in determining the monarchy's next steps. The recent drama surrounding her departure may reignite old criticisms. If the public turns against Camilla, it could further complicate her return to royal life and create additional pressure on Charles to make difficult decisions about her future. The next steps will be critical in shaping the royal family's future. Whether Charles and Camilla reconcile, or whether this episode marks a more significant shift within the royal household, the monarchy will need to navigate these turbulent waters carefully. With the eyes of the world on them, every move will be scrutinized, and every decision will have lasting consequences. This episode has raised important questions about the monarchy's ability to navigate personal and public challenges in the modern world. The relationship between Charles and Camilla now faces its toughest test yet. Do you think Charles and Camilla's marriage is strong enough to withstand this tumultuous episode? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear. For now, we're done. Catch you in the next video.